From early intervention to life-changing results, Ohio Valley Voices gives children who are deaf the tools to speak and succeed. Now, Executive Director Maria Centelic and graduate Bailey Schreffler are here to share more about their powerful impact. Good morning. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, we're excited to have you both here in studio. So we'll start off here with Maria. For those who may not be familiar with your organization, can you tell us about what it is that you all do and how you all serve the community?
Ohio Valley Voices simply teaches children who are deaf and hard of hearing how to listen and talk. Sounds simple to say, it's a little more difficult to do. Most of our children have cochlear implants like Bailey has, and or hearing aids, and what we do from a very young age is we start word by word, sound by sound, and teach them how to decipher or decode the information that they're receiving from their cochlear implants and hearing aid, because they don't hear like you and I. The devices that they use are artificial, and they receive less information than you and I do when we listen and talk, so we need to help them understand what it is they're hearing. It takes about 3 to 4 years, and they do. They're miraculous. It's amazing what they do. Once they learn to talk just like you and I, and you would never know when you talked with Bailey. Bailey is just an ordinary 10-year-old who's pretty amazing, actually. She just talks.
Yeah, yeah. And we were talking about how amazing you were just before we got started here, and how you've kind of been doing this interview thing for about 5 years, which I think is about as long as I've been doing it as a career. So I would say you're a professional.
Thank you.
Of course. But yeah, it's very important to give the kids the tools that they need then to help them succeed on their journey here in life. And, you know, is it important to start that therapy at an early age?
Oh, yes. We start from as soon as a child is diagnosed with a hearing loss, and typically that can happen as early as 3 months old. And once they're diagnosed, we start really empowering families by understanding the impact of hearing loss, because hearing loss impacts everything in your life. If you can't hear, you can't learn to talk, you can't learn to read, and there's so many things that you need to do. So we start very young as 3 months old with parent education. And once the child turns about 16 months old, they come into our toddler program. That's where a group of young children come together and spend 5 days a week, half days, because it's an intensive program that really wants to take advantage of that early intervention, because it's the brain that actually does the hearing and the brain that learns. So we have to start when children are developing everything between 0 and 3, and so we want to capitalize on that opportunity. So we start them young, and we work every single day on listening and talking. They think they're playing. That's very intentional what we do every single day. It's not playing, but it is playing for them. We have listening and spoken language professionals, which are people who are speech language pathologists or deaf educators that have gone beyond that and learned more about listening and spoken language. They instruct the children in a playful environment, and when they're about 3, if they need to continue on, we have a preschool program that goes 2.5 hours a day of individualized speech and language therapy, as well as academics. So they go to school 5 days a week with about 2.5 hours a day of that day being about listening and spoken language. Again, in a very playful atmosphere. So that it takes a lot of work and a lot of specialized instruction, but the result is remarkable because they reach the potential, and who doesn't want that?
Exactly. So, and Bailey, you are a graduate of this program too. You know, tell me, what kind of impact has this program had on your life, and how has it shaped you?
It shaped me, like, I can now talk. I can talk with my friends. I can go to normal schools and all that stuff. It was like a really fun school. We got to play and all that stuff.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's a therapy, but it's a lot of fun too. And you know, did you enjoy the time that you had there? Yeah,
all the time.
And it made such a huge impact, right? Yes. And you know, what does it mean to you now to be able to use your voice to tell others about this program?
Well, it just like really helped me. Like, I now have friends that like help me sometimes with schoolwork and all that stuff. They just really help me and all that stuff.
And is it cool to be able to share your story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. It's impactful. You got to keep doing that. Keep using your voice for sure. And sharing this message is very important. And most importantly, you all have a big event coming up here, and it's called A Night of Good Fortune. So what can people expect when they come out to this event?
The Night of Good Fortune is a wonderful opportunity for people to come out and learn about Ohio Valley Voices, because it's at Ohio Valley Voices, but it's also an opportunity to to gamble. I mean, and it's in a time in life where,
Yes.
you know, we're having a little fun and letting loose is something that we can do. There's going to be a band there that will be, and there's also games you can play and typical games, gambling games, and something called Shut the Box that everybody keeps telling me is an amazing game. I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
I never did either, but
Okay.
it sounds like it's pretty famous. So please come. It's from about there's a VIP opportunity from 6 to 7, and Wenzel Whiskey will be there. And but then after that, it's open to everyone from 7 to 11, and there'll be dancing and playing games and learning about Ohio Valley Voices, and it's a great opportunity to just have fun and see what we do.
A night of fun for a great cause, and remind us of the date for that as well.
Oh, sorry, October 4th is the date.
Okay, and how can people get tickets to
You
it?
can go online to Ohio Valley Voices and get the tickets there. There's also on our Facebook page, there'll be ways for you to click on it. So either way.
Okay.
OhioValleyVoices.org. Yeah.
All right, sounds great. Well, thank you both so much for coming in. We really appreciate it, and thank you for giving us some insight too. We appreciate that.
Well, thank you for inviting us. It's always my great pleasure to watch and show people like Bailey and to have them know about Ohio Valley Voices and the great work that we do. So thank you for having us.
Thank you.